Hello, tomorrow is World Poetry Day, 21st of March. And this time for World Poetry Day, I choose to read from this beautiful book entitled Love Me Most When My Leaves Do Wither. It's by my beloved Navamalatidi, very senior, very respected poet, Navamaluti Niyog Chakraborty. And this book is entitled Love Me Most When My Leaves Do Wither. I was honored to be invited to the launch of this book to read one of her poems. And this evening, on the eve of World Poetry Day, I read two other beautiful poems from this book. The first one I'll read is called A Monologue of Time. Despite all the colors of truth, of time's dictate, the one constant monologue is of a world of betrayal. It's about betrayal of life, of the grains of truth that earth provides, of the echoes of nature that ring in the air, in our very veins, in our blood. It's the wailing of a woman in the midst of a meadow, beating her breasts in despair. There's the echo of her sobs and her curses ringing out aloud, plaintive, berating, with condemnation arising from her wrecked bosom. It is about disinheritance of bonds that were once strong within homes. She, whose warmth brought the hot meal on the table, whose strength protected homes with love, who placed her nipple within the infant's mouth and the first morsel on the plate, all those details now remain caught somewhere as a remembered monologue that bloodies the silence left within hearts. And the last poem of this book is perhaps, I mean, I loved it. Tell me what you all think about it. It's called From Scratch. From this book, Love Me Most When My Leaves Do Wither. With our peripheral view, each of us live on. We live on within ourself, within our vision, our measured depths, our desires fulfilled and unfulfilled. Standing on the topmost shelf, all shelved. Between us there stands a yawning gap of understanding. Between us shall be present always the impenetrable sea. Overburdened is our being. We are not the four walls, but them who live within, plying, steadying, standing, and swear that it is home. We cry when we hurt, we ache when we part. And yet, we muster courage to take our life's path framed away from resistance. In that crowded thoroughfare, each of us, we make a point. All speak like fragrances, breathed and unuttered. Unembarrassed, the ankle bells places truth together in step, and lies lie unentangled. Do not make words your weakness. Let it remain as strength and focus to bind distance within our eyes' lenses. There lie the deep, immeasurable angst for a mind too needs space to hold, to adjust, to hide, to accommodate, and attain the freedom to be. Freedom is not a cult time to be like a classroom period without the teacher. It's something that I had taught myself always in my way from scratch. Such a beautiful poem. Such a beautiful poem. It's this book, all of these poems are absolutely so poignant. Let me read this last poem out. Love me most when my leaves do wither. This is the poem from which the book gets its name. Love me most when my leaves do tend to wither. Love me most when marriage songs are being sung. Love me when I leave my maiden home behind and become a stranger in a strange household. Love me much and wipe my tears when you well know that tears of denial and hope flow down my cheeks. I'm a woman who do hurt with words, barred from being part of the essential scene. I light a lamp on the oil seeds that I find lying scattered. They burn for a long while my hopes begin to soar. The warmth of a maiden home to bite and chew up silence, for I have to choose to remain in its embrace all alone. I look out into the dark hours of forgiveness and hope, failing to voice my desire to be loved for just being me. Being in a home now where the soil clogs with aridity, I mayn't choose to remain blind when storms arise. There may be dust storms swirling about my vision. There may be tempests with lightning flashes too, to make my mind grow limp and weary with an emotional thirst or hunger to withstand. I have met many a man and many a mind denied of that fragrance of large heartedness, the space one needs of a large hearted zone, of a language that was my very own, never there. I had gradually grown numb and sullen in a void that Mirabai too once had faced. But her bhajans were her strength to face that world, to lend her the willpower to face discords. As Giridhara Gopala beckoned her mind, she sat and smiled, sustained in her faith. The fragrance of such blissful understanding was nevertheless beyond their comprehension. The sense of permanence is impermanence, shall always be there to checkmate life. Therefore, love me most when my leaves do wither. Love me most when married songs are being sung. Thank you.